chosen one, remain in my peace long enough to look deeply within yourself. Not because you are standing before one final opportunity, but because some important truths can only be recognized when you stop running from the honest voice inside you. Recently, you may have felt a heaviness that is difficult to name, a sudden restlessness, or an intuition that something in your life needs to change. Do not immediately interpret every such feeling as an omen or a mysterious sign. Sometimes, it is simply the way your heart tells you that you have carried too much, remained silent too long, or lived too far from your true values. Archangel Michael, the faithful messenger, protector and executor of my will, is mentioned as an image of the courage to stand firm before fear. Yet I am the one speaking directly to you. Slow down, breathe deeply, and look with discernment at what is truly happening in your life. I know there are moments when you feel as though something is drawing very near. It may be a decision you have postponed, a conversation that needs to take place, or an old season that no longer fits your life. It may also be that you are simply exhausted, deprived of rest, or strained by too many responsibilities arriving at once. You do not need to explain every feeling as a message from above. I have given you the ability to observe practical reality, recognize the condition of your health, seek advice, and ask for support when necessary. Faith does not cause you to ignore ordinary explanations. It helps you face them without panic. Perhaps you have ignored many inner warnings. You know that a relationship is wearing you down, yet you remain because you fear loneliness. You recognize that a habit is pulling you downward, but you keep promising that tomorrow will be different. You understand that you need rest, that your finances require order, that a wound needs healing, or that something long held inside must finally be spoken, yet you continue to delay. I do not say this to condemn you. Some truths require time before you become strong enough to face them. But today, if you clearly recognize a step that must be taken, do not continue using confusion as a place of refuge. Reconnecting with me does not depend upon remaining until the end of a video or finishing an entire article. I am not confined within a screen, and my love is not interrupted when you stop. You do not need to fear that a revelation will disappear forever, simply because you are not ready to receive it. What is truly good can meet you again in quiet prayer, in the words of a wise person, in an ordinary lesson, or in the moment when you become honest with yourself. I do not guide you by threatening that you will lose everything if you fail to pay attention long enough. Be cautious of any message that makes you feel forced to stay, comment, or respond immediately in order to receive a blessing. No one has the right to use my name to hold your attention through fear. You do not need to write Amen to prove that you are listening. A word has meaning only when it rises freely from your heart, not when you speak, because you fear that something good will be taken away. If you desire to respond to me, respond through a life that loves, accepts responsibility, keeps its word, and has the courage to change. I am not waiting for a word on a screen before deciding whether to open a door for you. Real doors often open through preparation, ability, trustworthy relationships, and the courage to act. You may pray for a new opportunity, but you must also learn, complete your applications, develop your skills, and maintain integrity in your work. You may long for a healthy relationship, but you must also heal your way of communicating, learn to establish boundaries, and refuse to use love as a means of control. You may desire your life to change, but lasting change requires choices repeated day after day. Perhaps you are waiting for a sudden event to completely transform your life. I am not saying that unexpected things cannot happen, but do not place all your hope in an unknown event. Many great transformations begin with very small actions. One person decides to stop lying to themselves. Another reaches out for help. Another stops returning to what has repeatedly caused pain. Someone begins saving money, studying, or caring for their health. There may be no great sound, yet the direction of an entire life begins to change from that moment. If you sense that a breakthrough is near, ask yourself what you need to break free from. Do you need freedom from the fear of rejection? Do you need to leave a negative cycle? Do you need to stop waiting for someone else's approval before living according to your ability? A breakthrough is not only the arrival of more money, opportunities, or attention. Sometimes it is the moment when criticism no longer destroys you. It is the ability to forgive while still maintaining boundaries. It is the peace to say no to something attractive but unhealthy. Michael does not stand in your path like a gatekeeper, guarding a reward until you perform the correct ritual. The image of this messenger reminds you to protect truth, preserve courage, and refuse to let fear control you. My protection does not turn you into a superstitious person who searches for signs in every coincidence. It helps you distinguish what is trustworthy, who needs to be observed longer, and which decisions should not be made under intense emotion. You are protected when you slow down before a suspicious invitation, carefully read the terms, seek advice, and respect uneasiness that has a valid foundation. Do not assume that every feeling of heaviness is my voice calling you. If restlessness continues, causes sleeplessness, prevents concentration, creates fear, or makes normal daily life difficult, seek support from someone trustworthy and from a qualified professional. You do not need to endure alone and call it faith. I may lift you through a doctor, a counselor, a family member who knows how to listen, or a safe community. Receiving support is an act of courage and wisdom. Perhaps what you need most is not another prediction, but silence deep enough for you to hear yourself. Turn down the many voices that continually promise that some great event is about to happen. Look instead at what your present life needs. Is there a responsibility left unfinished? Does someone need an apology? Is there a relationship that must be reevaluated? Is there a habit you already know must end? These practical questions may not feel miraculous, but they lead to genuine maturity. I do not want you to live in constant expectation of something extraordinary. When you continually believe that a dramatic turning point is just outside the door, you may neglect the beauty and responsibility of today. You wait for a glorious future while neglecting your sleep, work, finances, and the people beside you. You search for confirmation far away while ignoring the conversation that needs to happen within your own family. A meaningful life is not created only through great moments. It is built through the way you show up in ordinary days. If you want to say yes to me, let that yes have clear meaning. Yes, I will be honest. Yes, I will seek help. Yes, I will stop returning to what harms me. Yes, I will accept responsibility for what I have done wrong. This agreement does not need to be public. It may be spoken quietly and then proven through action. You do not need to tell others about every sacred decision in your heart. Simply live in such a way that the change gradually becomes visible. I know that great promises have disappointed you before. People told you that everything was about to change, that good fortune was approaching, and that every door would open if only you believed strongly enough. When those things did not happen, you began to doubt yourself, thinking perhaps your faith was insufficient, or that you had missed an important step. My beloved child, do not condemn yourself. Life is not a test in which you must guess the correct password in order to receive something good. Some things do not happen because of circumstances, timing, an unsuitable path, or simply because life contains realities beyond your control. What I can give you is not a guarantee that every desire will become reality, but wisdom that keeps you from losing yourself when the outcome differs from what you hoped. You may grieve over a closed door without believing that you are worthless. You may feel sorrow when someone leaves without desperately chasing them. You may fail in a plan and still retain the ability to learn. This is a deeper strength than promises of good fortune. Observe what creates a sense of true alignment within you. Some things produce intense emotion, but lead to dependence, panic, and the loss of clear judgment. Other things seem ordinary at first, but gradually help you live with greater integrity, order, and peace. Do not judge a message only by how it makes you feel in the moment. Look at its fruit. Does it make you kinder, more responsible, and more capable of loving with boundaries? Or does it make you afraid of missing out, dependent upon the speaker, and constantly waiting for something undefined? I want you to choose what brings you back to truth. The truth that you have value and still have much to learn. The truth that you are loved, though not every desire will be fulfilled. The truth that you may hope while still preparing. The truth that forgiveness matters, and boundaries matter as well. A good message does not make you believe that you stand above others. It makes you more humble, compassionate, and responsible. Some people have hurt you, and you are still waiting for them to acknowledge it. I understand, yet your peace cannot remain forever in the hands of someone who is unwilling to apologize. Forgive as much as you are able, not to remove their responsibility, but so that you no longer have to live with bitterness. You may forgive and still choose not to return. You may wish them well and still maintain distance. Forgiveness frees you from the need to win an old argument. Forgive yourself for the times when you failed to listen to healthy intuition, returned to a destructive cycle, or ignored what required attention. You cannot use what you understand today to condemn the person you once were. That person made choices according to what they knew at the time. Receive the lesson, repair what can be repaired, and move forward. Shame keeps you still. Mercy joined with responsibility helps you change. If a new event truly appears, receive it with peace. Do not immediately call it destiny or a reward. Observe carefully. Is the opportunity transparent? Does the person respect you? Does the choice agree with your values and responsibilities? Do you have enough information? Something good is not afraid of being examined. If someone pressures you to decide immediately, be cautious. Urgency often serves the interests of the person, applying the pressure more than it serves you. I also do not want you to resist every change because you have been hurt before. Caution does not mean remaining closed. When an opportunity has been verified, when a person demonstrates consistency, and when a path agrees with what is good, have the courage to step into it. Do not let an old history tell you that every new beginning must end in pain. You now possess more experience, stronger boundaries, and a greater ability to seek support. You are no longer the person you were many years ago. My beloved child, walk with me a little farther, not because only a few seconds remain for you to claim something that is about to vanish, but because you deserve a quiet space in which to see clearly what is moving within your own life. I do not use a countdown clock to make you afraid, nor do I place your future upon whether you remain with content on a screen. Something truly good does not need to throw you into panic before you can receive it. Archangel Michael, the faithful messenger, protector, and executor of my will, is mentioned as an image of courage, wakefulness, and the ability to remain steady through change. Yet I am the one speaking directly to you. Breathe slowly, release the tension, and listen with a calm heart, for healthy guidance always returns you to discernment, rather than taking away your right. To think in recent months, you may have felt that many things were changing. What once seemed familiar may no longer feel safe. Certain relationships leave you more exhausted. Some former goals no longer bring light to your heart, and questions you once tried to dismiss have returned with greater clarity. You may feel pressure in your chest, an urge to change, or a strange peace arising in the middle of chaotic days. Yet do not rush to call every feeling a mystical mark or certain proof that a major event is approaching. Your body may simply be telling you that you need rest. Your mind may be reminding you that a problem has been postponed too long. Something deep within you may merely be inviting you to live more honestly according to what you already know is right. I see what you cannot yet fully see. But this does not mean that I want you to sit still while everything is arranged for you. I have given you the ability to observe, learn, seek advice, and take responsibility for your choices. Some opportunities can only be recognized after you have prepared. Some doors require you to knock. Some circumstances must be improved through a clear plan rather than expectation alone. If you want greater financial stability, begin by facing the numbers honestly. If you desire a new job, develop your abilities and complete your resume. If you long for a healthy relationship, learn how to communicate, heal your old reactions, and respect boundaries. Preparation is also an expression of faith. Do not believe that a good door will close forever because you stopped reading, turned away from a screen, or failed to respond in time. I do not hold your blessing as a reward reserved for those who submit to pressure. No one has the right to claim that you will only receive guidance if you remain until the end, share a message, or subscribe to a channel. My love does not depend upon algorithms, views, or engagement. I do not love you more when you write a comment, nor do I turn away when you choose to stop and think. Your freedom deserves respect. If you choose to share a message, do it because it is genuinely useful, not because you fear that silence will cause you to lose something good. If you choose to follow a channel, do it because its content helps you live with greater wisdom, kindness, and responsibility, not because someone says it is a spiritual sign. Healthy guidance will not make you dependent. It will not claim that it alone possesses instructions intended especially for you. It will encourage you to verify, think, speak with trustworthy people, and become someone capable of taking responsibility for your own life. I know you still desire something unexpected, powerful, and beautiful to enter your life. There is no shame in that hope. You have walked through so many ordinary and exhausting days that you long for an event, great enough to prove that your waiting was not meaningless. Yet, my beloved, the unexpected does not always arrive as money, an invitation, or a person who changes everything. Sometimes, the most powerful change is suddenly realizing that you no longer want to return to an old cycle. Sometimes beauty is found in recovering peace after many years of anxiety. Sometimes The turning point begins with one very small decision. You will no longer speak to yourself with cruelty. Michael is near as an image of protection, but do not imagine that this messenger is guarding a door and will open it only when you perform the right ritual. Protection is not meant to make you superstitious, searching for secret codes in every word or feeling. Protection helps you preserve your dignity when facing pressure, recognize when someone is manipulating your fear, and courageously leave what is unhealthy. Protection is also the wisdom that causes you to read an agreement carefully, verify a promise, ask for more time before deciding, and seek support when the burden becomes too heavy. Do not remain motionless because someone tells you that moving or blinking will cause you to miss your deliverance. I do not require you to remain tense and still. Stand up if you need water. Rest if your eyes are tired. Leave any content that makes you panic or lose your ability to think. Truth is not afraid of your pause. What is good does not use exhaustion to keep you present. I do not set you free by creating another form of bondage. True freedom comes when you understand that you have the right to choose. You have the right to say no to pressure. You have the right not to explain every decision to everyone. You have the right to leave a conversation that is harming you. Delay a choice until you have enough information, and establish boundaries with someone who repeatedly causes anxiety. You also have the responsibility not to use freedom as a way of avoiding everything difficult. Some conversations must take place. Some consequences must be faced. Some changes will make you uncomfortable for a while. Freedom is not escape from responsibility. It is the ability to choose what is right without being controlled by fear. You may have noticed sudden changes during recent months. Some people became distant, certain plans were altered, and things you believed were secure no longer remained as they were. I understand how disorienting that feels, yet do not assume that every change is part of a secret plan unfolding behind the scenes. Some changes result from the choices of others. Some are consequences of decisions already made. Others are simply part of the natural movement of life. You do not need to explain everything through a mystical story in order to find meaning. Meaning may be formed through the way you respond. What you learn, whether you become wiser, and whether you care for what truly matters. If you feel heaviness in your chest, do not only ask whether it is a sign. Ask whether you are under too much stress, lacking sleep, or suppressing emotion for too long. If the sensation is severe, persistent, accompanied by difficulty breathing or pain, or causes concern, seek appropriate medical care. I do not want you to ignore the genuine needs of your body because you believe every sensation has a spiritual meaning. Wisdom knows the difference between a moment of reflection and a condition that requires professional support. If you experience sudden peace, be grateful, but do not turn that feeling into a guarantee that every decision you are about to make is correct. Peace may help you think more clearly, but you still need information, time, and responsibility. Some people feel deeply peaceful about a choice, simply because they desperately want it to be right. Therefore, test the feeling through truth. Observe the actions of others, read the conditions carefully, and ask how the choice will affect your family, health, finances, and values. You do not need to believe that you are in the right place, merely because a message says so. Look at the fruit. Does what you hear help you become less afraid and more responsible? Does it encourage you to forgive while preserving boundaries? Does it help you respect reality, seek support, and act wisely? Or does it make you feel that you must continue listening, depend upon the speaker, and perform certain actions in order to remain safe? What is good does not remove your independence. It matures your ability to choose. Something great may be taking place that you cannot yet see, but the greatest thing may also be the quiet change occurring within you. In the past, rejection destroyed you. Now you may still feel pain, but you no longer despise yourself. Before, you chased someone when they became distant. Now you respect the silence and return to caring for yourself. Before, you spent money to soothe sadness. Now you can pause and ask what you truly need. Others may not notice these changes, but they are transforming the entire direction of your future. I know you desire to be released into a moment prepared especially for you, yet understand that no single moment can replace an entire process. A good opportunity may appear, but if you have not learned to establish boundaries, it can still become a burden. A sincere person may enter your life. But if you continue living in fear of abandonment, you may damage the connection through control. Your resources may increase, but if you have not learned to manage them, disorder will remain. I care not only about what you receive, I care about the person you become when you receive it. Let preparation happen through simple things. Learn to keep your promises to yourself. Finish what you begin. Speak truth without humiliating others. Rest before exhaustion overtakes you. Set aside a small amount, instead of waiting until you possess much more. Observe a person over time rather than immediately trusting a promise. These actions are like hinges that allow a door to open and remain in its proper place. A large door without strong hinges will quickly fall. Do not live as though good fortune is waiting for your permission to rush into your life. Success and opportunity are not energies activated by a sentence. An affirmation may help you focus, but it cannot replace action. If you want to say yes, let it be connected to a specific choice. Yes to learning, yes to honesty, yes to seeking help, yes to leaving what is unsafe. Agreement becomes powerful when responsibility follows it. I do not want you to build hope upon promises that something will arrive faster than your next breath. Such words may excite you for a moment, but when reality does not immediately change, you may blame yourself for not believing enough. My beloved child, do not carry that burden. Not everything good comes quickly, and not every delay means you have done something wrong. Some things need time to grow. Some things do not arrive because they are not right for you. Some things must be built through many small steps. Let your hope become mature enough to live alongside patience. If what you desire has not appeared, do not suspend your life. Continue caring for those who are present, working with integrity, and appreciating ordinary joys. A person who constantly stares toward the door, waiting for a gift, may fail to notice the warm meal already on the table. Do not allow your vision of the future to make you ungrateful for the present. Gratitude does not deny what is missing. It helps you see that you are not completely empty. Forgive those who caused you to doubt your ability to receive something good. Some promised and then left, causing you to believe that no promise could be trusted. Some took advantage of your hope and made you suspicious. You may forgive while still learning to verify. You may keep your heart tender without offering trust too quickly. Forgiveness does not erase the lesson. It removes the need for revenge. Forgive yourself for the times you trusted a promise too quickly or became so afraid that you missed a healthy opportunity. You made choices according to the understanding you possessed at the time. Today you understand more, so choose differently. Do not turn a mistake into your identity. Turn it into wisdom. A mature person is not someone who has never chosen wrongly, but someone willing to learn and unwilling to continue justifying what they now recognize as harmful. Now release the need to know what is happening behind the scenes. Some things will remain unknown until time has passed. Trying to decipher every detail only exhausts your mind. Focus on the part of the stage where you presently stand. Today's responsibilities, real relationships, and choices within your reach. You do not need to know the entire story in order to live kindly on the present page. If a door opens, enter with calmness. If it has not yet opened, continue preparing. If it closes, grieve, but do not condemn yourself. One door is not the entire house, and one opportunity is not your entire future. You can adjust, learn, and build another path. No one can guarantee that everything will happen according to your desire, but you can become someone who does not easily lose themselves when circumstances change. My beloved child, let Michael remind you of courage, but do not allow that image to overshadow my voice. I am not telling you to remain before a screen. I am inviting you to remain with truth, remain in the healing process, and remain faithful to good commitments after the initial emotion has passed. There are places you must leave, but there are values you must continue to preserve: kindness, integrity, forgiveness, and an unending willingness to learn. Now choose one specific action instead of waiting for something mysterious. Write down what you need to complete. Contact someone who can help. Rest if you are exhausted. Clearly state a boundary. Send an application. Every small action moves you away from helplessness. You do not need a dramatic breakthrough to know that you are changing. Sometimes the turning point is simply refusing to return to the same choice that once caused you pain. Then breathe slowly and return to peace. No 10-second countdown is determining your destiny. There is no single door that will close forever because you walk away. You do not need to share, subscribe, or write a sentence in order to be loved and guided. Do those things only when you truly choose them, not because you are afraid. Your freedom is more precious than every form of engagement. I still see you when the screen is turned off. I remain near in the quiet room, throughout an ordinary day and within the smallest steps forward. Carry gratitude because you still have the opportunity to change, love, and rebuild. Hope, but do not allow hope to make you naive. Remain watchful, but do not allow watchfulness to become suspicion. Be courageous, but do not use strength to hide your need for help. My beloved child, the greatest thing taking place may not be an event that is about to rush into your life, but the fact that you are learning to live without being controlled by fear and pressuring promises. Continue walking in truth, release what is negative, and forgive others as well as yourself. Choose what helps you become kinder, wiser, and more steadfast. Then you will recognize that the most beautiful transformation does not need to appear entirely without warning. It is built each day through gratitude, discerning faith, and responsible action. You do not need to remain motionless while waiting for a miracle. Live, learn, love, and keep moving forward. Every day in which you become more peaceful, more capable of establishing boundaries, and more sincere is already an opening door. Not a door that appears only once, but a path that grows wider as you continue choosing light, truth, and what is good.